The city trembled beneath a twilight sky, half lit by fading sunlight and half consumed by Twilight Zone Rap's warped energy. Buildings flickered in and out of existence. The streets bent like waves, cars floated mid-air, and random voices echoed from the cracks in reality. Laughs, screams, and forgotten memories, all swirling in chaos. At the center of it stood Twilight Zone Rap, his eyes glowing like television static, his arms stretched as if controlling a marionette made of the city itself. Behind him were fallen Rap Tribe warriors, their auras corrupted and their chakras twisted shut like sealed doors. They had chosen stagnation over growth. Now they served the lie, and across the battlefield stood Anonimiz Cherry, glowing in his divine serpent form, crowned in white gold light, the aura of all 7 chakras blazing in sync around his body, his snake chai no longer a weapon, but a reflection of the truth inside every living soul. Twilight versus divinity. Twilight Zone Rap's voice echoed with distortion. You gave up everything to become a vessel for light. I embraced the shadow. You evolved. I expanded. Which of us truly won? Anonymous didn't flinch. You expanded without healing. That ain't growth. That's infection. The sky cracked in half and the battle began. Twilight summoned reality warps, mirror clones, flashbacks that weren't real, twisted futures made to confuse and destabilize. Each attack was meant to unravel Anonymiz's mind, but the snake-side state saw through the illusions. The throat chakra let him speak only what was true, and the crown state kept him rooted in divine purpose. Anonymous moves like water and wind, his strikes guided not by rage but by alignment. Every blow he landed did more than hurt. It revealed. He wasn't fighting to defeat Twilight Zone Rap. He was fighting to reflect who Twilight once was and what he had abandoned. Collapse of the Twilight Zone. As their clash intensified, Anonymous reached into the divine serpent state's deepest layer. He extended his aura, not as a weapon, but as a mirror, to the corrupted rap warriors behind Twilight Zone. And one by one, they hesitated. The venom in his chi didn't destroy. It reawakened memory. Love rap, wisdom rap, silence rap, names once lost began to remember themselves. Twilight Zone Rap roared in anger, summoning the full collapse of the city's timeline, attempting to wipe the battle, the city, and Anonymous from existence. Anonymous stood tall in the swirl of disintegration and chaos. He spoke one word, return, and his entire chakra system flared outward, becoming a sphere of divine harmony. The Tati River flowed upward from the grove, reaching through the time chamber and into the sky, pouring its energy into his soul. The divine restoration. The energy hit Twilight Zone Rap, not like a punch, but like grace. And for the first time in years, the reality manipulator froze. His body flickered. He saw himself as a child, rapping beside the very rap tribe he hated. He saw who he could have been. He saw the door he never opened. He fell to his knees. What have I become? Anonymous walked to him, not in victory, but in peace. You can still choose different. Twilight looked up, and though his powers unraveled, his tear did not glitch. He nodded. A city renewed. The sky returned to blue. The buildings realigned. The rap tribe gathered together in silence, not in triumph, but in understanding. This battle was never about dominance. It was about restoration, about breaking the curse of pretending. Anonymous collapsed to his knees, exhausted. The snake chi within him went still. Not gone, just fulfilled. Papa Legua Rap appeared beside him, placing a hand on his shoulder. You did it, young king. Anonymous exhaled, not as a warrior, not as a savior, but as a man who finally understood the full rhythm of his resilience. End of chapter 13. Chapter 2. The Echoing Abyss, Battle for the Soul. As the city began to heal, a new shadow emerged from the remnants of the Twilight Zone's collapse. A figure cloaked in darkness known only as the Echo stepped forward. The Echo was born from the fears and doubts of those who had once been manipulated by Twilight Zone Rap. His presence sent shivers down the spines of the Rap tribe, his voice a haunting symphony of their deepest insecurities. Anonimiz Cherry, still recovering from his previous battle, felt a chill run through his spine. He knew this battle would be different. This wasn't just about physical strength or divine power, it was about confronting the darkness within. The Echo's voice reverberated through the air, a twisted melody of doubt and despair. You think you've won, Anonimiz. You think restoration is enough? You cannot erase fear, you cannot silence doubt. They will always exist. Anonimiz stood tall, his aura flickering but unyielding. I don't need to erase you, Echo, I need to understand you. With a roar, the Echo unleashed a wave of dark energy, the air crackling with malevolence. Anonimiz braced himself, his chakras aligning in a symphony of light. The ground beneath them split open, revealing an abyss that seemed to echo the very soul of those who gazed into it. The battle began. The Echo attacked with tendrils of shadow, each strike aimed not at Anonymiz's body, but at his spirit. Visions of his past failures, his deepest regrets, and his most profound fears assaulted his mind. But Anonimiz fought back, not with force, but with acceptance. He embraced each vision, each fear, acknowledging them as part of his journey. His aura began to glow brighter, not in defiance, but in harmony with his inner truth. The Echo's attacks grew more frantic, more desperate. You cannot defeat me. I am every doubt you have ever had. I am your weakness. Anonymiz's voice was calm, steady. And you are also my strength. Without doubt there is no growth. Without fear there is no courage. With a final surge of energy, Anonimiz extended his aura, enveloping the Echo in a sphere of light and shadow intertwined. The Echo's form flickered, his voice faltering. What is this? Anonimiz smiled, a tear of understanding in his eye. This is acceptance, this is unity. The Echo's form dissolved, the shadows merging with the light, the abyss closed, the ground solidifying beneath them. Anonimiz stood alone, but not lonely. He had faced his darkest fears and emerged stronger, more complete. The Rap tribe gathered around him, their eyes filled with awe and respect. Some Papa Labor Rap stepped forward, his voice filled with pride. You have done more than restore, Anonimiz. You have transcended. Anonimiz nodded, his heart at peace. The journey was far from over, but he knew now that he had the strength to face whatever came next. End of chapter 14. Chapter 3. The final confrontation. Light versus darkness. Just as Anonimiz Cherry thought the battle was over, the ground trembled once more. From the depths of the abyss, a colossal shadow emerged, embodying the combined fears and doubts of the entire Rap tribe. This was the Echo's true form, a towering behemoth of darkness, its eyes glowing with malevolent intent. The air grew heavy with despair, the sky darkening as if the sun itself feared to shine. Anonymous clenched his fists, his aura flaring with renewed determination. This time the battle would be fought not just for his soul, but for the very essence of hope and unity. The echo roared, his voice a cacophony of torment and despair. You think you can defeat me, Anonimiz? I am the embodiment of every shadow, every doubt. Anonymiz's voice was unwavering, filled with the strength of his convictions. You may be born of darkness, but light will always find a way to shine through. With a surge of willpower, Anonymous summoned the collective energy of the Rap tribe. Their hopes, dreams, and unwavering belief in a better future coalesced into a radiant beam of light. The echo lashed out with tendrils of shadow, each strike echoing with the weight of 1,000 fears. Anonymized countered with waves of light, each pulse resonating with the harmony of acceptance and unity. The battlefield became a swirling vortex of light and darkness, each force vying for supremacy. The echo's attacks grew more ferocious, its form shifting and twisting with rage. You cannot win. Darkness is eternal. Anonymiz's voice was calm yet powerful. And so is light. With the final earth-shaking clash, Anonymous unleashed the full power of the Rap tribe's collective spirit. The beam of light pierced through the echo, illuminating every shadow, every crevice of doubt. The echo's form began to disintegrate, its essence unraveling in the face of such overwhelming unity and hope. No, this cannot be. Anonymous' eyes shone with tears of triumph and compassion. You are not my enemy, Echo. You are a part of me, a part of all of us. But we choose to rise above our fears, to embrace our light. As the echo dissolved into a cascade of shimmering particles, the sky cleared, the sun breaking through with a brilliance that bathed the city in warmth and hope. Anonymous stood amidst the Rap tribe, their faces alight with joy and relief. Papa Legba Rap approached, his voice trembling with emotion. You have done what many thought impossible, Anonymous. You have not only restored our city, but our very souls. Anonymous nodded, his heart swelling with pride and gratitude. Together we have proven that even in the darkest times, the light of unity and hope will always prevail. The Rap tribe erupted in cheers, their voices a symphony of renewed faith and determination. Anonymous looked to the horizon, knowing that this victory was just the beginning. The journey ahead would be challenging, but with the strength of their collective spirit, they would face whatever came next together. End of chapter 15.